Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Holotny Farma. Winter, we shall be watching on the left side on the map here, Spanky fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the 18th Panzergrenadier Division with mechanized assault and Festung armor, to take on Stephenn of Australia, fighting not for Australia but for the United States here, for the 4th Infantry Division, under attack from the 18th Panzergrenadiers, hoping to hold the line until further armoured reinforcement can push back the Krauts and completely out of the place, with Infantry airborne and a Rifle Company. Whoops, wrong button there. Rifleman on the way here for Stephenn, Spanky heading straight for the centre with additional pioneers heading northwards, so 2 pioneers start here from Spanky.
Rifle squad ready for action.
With Grenadiers rapidly following. Oh, and actually an MG42 here for Spanky. A bit of rarer sight there. Wiring off the truck here to deny cover to the armies. Rifleman following up, looks like he's heading southwards so far. The question is, where will the MG42 go to? It's a rapid northern movement there from Spanky. Pioneers heading north as well. He might set up the MG42, then sort of block off area access to here. And then later on reinforce with further forces towards the north. You could also basically just use the pioneers to wire off here, maybe. And that way basically further force them maybe to sort of, you know, either have to avoid here, go through here, which again involves the MG42. Now, of course, that is merely speculation on my part. We are noting here some Grenadiers and finally arriving for Spanky. Stephenn going rather broadly for the south here. Rather quick taking up in the church, doing a bit of quick look around here. I know there's a bit of blocks there, but either way he should be able to see if the MG42 goes in there and, well, he's pops here. And there you go, flanking at the same time. The nice execute by the way here from Stephenn, maybe expecting. I mean, it's not too uncommon, so basically getting into launching assault from 2 places at once, make it much more difficult for Spanky to maintain a position right there. Well executed by Stephenn. We are seeing Grenadiers on the way, but they're going to be a bit delayed here. And right here, the building is quickly getting surrounded by rifle on all sides. The MG42 is going to be taking a bit of a while there to sort of set up and fire back. In fact, it looks like here Spanky might be forced to pull them one, particularly since some of the troops are in heavy cover. So right here, out it automatically sets up. Very, very unfortunate there for Spanky. That could very quickly ends up for a small victory there for Stephenn. And over there, heavy damage going in and almost getting it. Run, Dieter, run! Scheiße! Say God, Dieter! So bastards! Meanwhile, northern engagement between pioneers and rifle, and the pioneers are here taking heavy damage to the rifle, quickly tearing through them. And there we go, recruiting the MG42. An act of utter desperation there from Spanky, not Speter, but it's Dieter. And there you go, ach mein Gott! He should have said, you know, ach mein Gott. Not oh my God, you know, he's playing against the Germans, you know. Stay and roll, Spanky, stay and roll. Either way there, forced away. Grenadiers pushing up south here, might engage the reaction troops, but this is really a horrible start here for Spanky. Stephenn is just basically hammering in the boot, leaving Spanky in a rather awkward position as he is getting booted. Cutting more from the fuel, nicely executed there. Driving once again to the building, sort of further delay. Grenadiers with MG42 of the heavy kind supporting up there. Making into the building, that's going to make it harder for Spanky to make any progress. Pioneers moving up as well. Pioneers making a bit of progress in the south. And there you go, very, very tenuous and a bit roundabout way of sort of getting the territory. Racing on to firing volley fire there to suppress troops. Pioneers firing here as well. Riflemen are not fully in cover here. They're a bit too far away. That might give the gunners a slight chance, though they're getting suppressed here by the Racing on troops. MG42 continues to fire with the pioneers joining in as well. And at the same time, though, Spanky just basically saying, okay, I can't win the pioneers or anything, so I'll just try and harass Stephenn in return. That's a good job there, good execution by Spanky. Very nice sort of reaction there. Rather than heading north there, a bit damaged, leaving the rear troops in a bit of a bad situation. So very quickly this battle is turning on. We're seeing rapidly the lieutenants out, going to follow up with a M20 and an ambulance here for Stephenn. Rapidly following up on an initial sort of good infantry assault. And now going to follow up with an M20 to sort of further exploit and drive further wedges into Spanky's lines and defences. Right now his forces sort of maintaining the wedge initially landed are now being pushed back. We might see Spanky sort of getting a bit back here on the field. But the lieutenant here is already spearheading the next assault, though a bit on his lonesome with a few friends there. Rifleman here might be able to further stall Spanky, but quickly taking up position in the building. That's going to be a bit tricky. I don't think he's teched up yet, so he's not going to have rifle grenades, for example, to dislodge the Amerikaner, although we are looking in a bit of a poor condition there. MG4 taking North Rifleman sneaking about there. Down to 2 men, very little health there. It looks like Stephenn though might be able to save them though, as we see another fully much fresher Rifleman squad arrives here for Stephenn. 20 following up their ambulance as well. Small motorized convoy. And rapidly heading north, the armored skirts on the way to further ruin Spanky. Saying there you go, rifleman up, but they're being forced out, but they're getting caught there by the MG42. Johnson takes the hit while the rest makes it inside. Like to make a nice company up. You could be seeing a scout car to maybe deal with this or a Pack 40. Either could work out for different reasons. The 222 with the autocannon was going to be a more swifter sort of method for dealing with the M20 though. Troops reinforcing, rebuilding. So units ready to move out again to fight for Uncle Sam. Lieutenant heading south there completely, and we're seeing here that barely any territory is left for Spanky at the moment.
Good to go.
Looks like the M20 is getting ready for a raid on Spanky's positions. There we go, charging straight in. Oh, grenadiers here, quick. Yeah, there we go. Panzerfaust, Panzerfaust. And kaput. Engine damage here for Stephenn. Pulling back here for a quick few repairs. A bit awfully close to the front line though. He has to be a bit careful here. They will be a bit vulnerable while repairing. And there's a cap in the defense. There we go. Scar car moving in. Already hot. Most of the unit is down. No. No. There we go. Oh, he got it. He got the unit. The M20 though is still damaged.
They got wiped out.
There we go. Much make it there for the bazooka. Dropped. Rifleman rear troops is stopped by MG42. Looks like he's added a second MG42 here. 222 going to need some repairs.
Squad, get ready.
Looks like he's abandoned the M20. He's going to make me go out there and see if he can't find the 222, knock it out with a bazooka. Quickly peeking through the fence. John, I sure hope you remember to lock the car. You know, who do you think I am? Of course I did, I think. So right now he's going to need something to recruit, of course. I mean, he might be a bit risky to use a full rifleman squad in case something happens to get knocked out, in which case, of course, he loses the entire unit. Well, there you go. Rifleman moving up. They command a fire from the bazooka. Grenadiers moving up. MG42 covering it all. He might have a chance here of sneaking up on the 222. But at the same time, the riflemen are awfully low on health, so kept back fire. He's still leaving the M20 abandoned. This is a bit some risky play. Oh, there we go. Rear troops moving up to secure it.
Operations advises a severe cold front is moving in. Prepare for possible blizzard.
There we go. There we go. Stay a bit with the damaged engine, realizing he needs to fix that first. Rifleman being forced away here. Scout car gunners doing what they can here. Rifleman forced away, leaving behind them. The rifleman with the bazooka to sort of try and stall the 222. Die leichte Panzerspeerwagen. Quick rifle grenade though, and oh, he got almost the entire echelon unit.
German forces tracking on 300 points.
Almost got the entire unit. Go forced away. Somehow he's not getting it repaired. Somehow it's still abandoned after all this time. He can't move it quickly. And there we go. We got the 222 opening up, damaging it a bit here. MG4 holding up things here. Stephenn having a rather some poor car maintenance luck here. He's moving up, Pioneers moving up, because they've got the 222 operating as well. They might try and flank up behind the lieutenant and friends. You got a flak half, or AA half time. There you go, the lieutenant's forced away. Scout car abandoned. Scout car abandoned, and the Germans might take it. And looks like they actually managed to finish the engine damage. So now, before they got taken by the Germans there, so there we go. Infantry body here chosen by Stephenn, but there we go, a German M20 looking a lot more dashing there with the Balkenkreuz. That's definitely unexpected, though. Definitely unexpected. I can't imagine Stephenn is too happy about that. 50 caliber group trying to deal with the troops inside the building, but they are in a rather bad position. The Grenadiers quickly send them running. And we've seen festering armor has actually been chosen. It's been ages since I've seen festering armor in use by a German player. That's definitely something else. And right now it looks like the Panzer Grenadiers have added themselves a slight M20 utility car here to their Panzer SB Abteilung. Abteilung. The Germans did make use of American vehicles where they could to supplement their own. Hardly unusual there. And for, well, parts of Herbstnebel, they actually gather up as many captured American vehicles, sort of form up a special brigade to sort of try and fool the Americans what looked like an American looking unit, though it rather failed to a larger part. So, now he actually has the option here for actually laying down some M6 anti-tank mines amongst other things. If he actually wants to, that could cause a bit of a problem there for Stephenn's vehicle. We know he had mortar half-track out for Stephenn and the AA half-track. The mortar half-track, he's at the moment not the most effective one. It's not utterly useless, but it certainly takes a bit of time to sort of get anywhere, I feel. And certainly not a lot of players at the moment actually make use of the mortar half-track. Panzer is on the way for Spanky. Units getting a bit of beating. No sign of a light machine gun so far. Got the 222 moving up. M20 also ready to move out again. There we go. V22. Mortar, they're firing away. The Americans did make several half-track variants just like the Germans did, though I don't think to quite the same extent. Though they actually had one variant which actually had a pack howitzer on it, I believe, so basically a bit of self-propelled artillery piece that way. Little fun fact, they also had an anti-tank half-track, though that I believe used the 57mm anti-tank gun. So some small fun details there. I didn't think there was one variant which actually had both an anti-tank gun and a mortar on it. What's the howitzer? I can't remember. There was one, so bit of a peculiar thing. Panzer was there very close taking hit, though they barely take any damage despite the proximity there. Troops milling about there. We need to be careful in case. There we go, the 222 catches them and opens up. Riflemen send running. The Rifleman Bazooka Lieutenant joining up there, but they're going to encounter some pretty serious resistance here from the Germans. Several machine guns there, ready to pour down bullets down their gullets, and there we go. Rifleman unit there, or the Lieutenant in fact, decimated. In fact, the Lieutenant himself rather went down heroically in the first burst. Looks like another Canadian squad has in fact been lost there for Spanky. The losses are piling up here at the moment. Panzer is ready to sort of pick up the pace. A bit of manpower there being floated by Stephenn at the moment. He must be waiting for something. You see a Major here. He could go right now, I think, for a M8 Scott. He could also lay down some fuel caches. That could also work out for him. We could wait a bit more and I think go for a Sherman or maybe a Jackson. A Sherman at the moment that would be much better suited alongside the Scott since there's not a lot of heavy armour. Taking up what's going on here for Spanky. Taking up to the second battle phase. Ooh, mines up here. Telemines to sort of ward off flanking moves here. But stopped by the rifle there, being equipped with Brownings by Stephenn. The Browning light machine gun, 30 caliber. Pack 40 guarding the southern approach. Looks like Stephenn might be trying to get it out there. He might be better off actually trying with white phosphorus. There you go. Oh, then trying to use the M6 here, but we are seeing here that Stephenn was quick track to this little change in Spanky's movements. And it's now gotten the mines, which could overall lessen the effectiveness of any mines. So certainly... Oh, he's still going to do it. Spanky's not giving up. We are in fact going to see the M6 going up there. So American anti-tank mines being laid down by the Germans to be used against the Americans. Cheeky, cheeky. Half-track needs to be careful. trying to sort of maneuver up without at the same time getting into a bad position that could result in swift destruction at the hands of the Reich. There we go. Mortar after going shot there from the pack shooting through the trees. Good job then. There we go. Riflemen are launching an assault. Then the Panzers themselves sights. And there we go. Forced retreat. Noting, by the way, only one Browning LMG there. And there we go. The M8 Scott arrives with the 75mm pack howitzer. By the way, since that was pretty much, well, based on the pack howitzer's gun. Though probably shoulders are not quite the same effect, but still find the same shots. Smoke! Oh, there we go. White phosphorus going down there, basically, but also cover many MG42 covering here, by the way. He might have been able to get the rifle grenadiers there. So it looks like they get out of there, although they're probably not feeling too well, having had to run through white phosphorus. Pack howitzer firing in support here. They're already taking quite a bit of damage. Looks like the Pack 40 might have gotten a good hit at it. Oh, we actually upgraded the Lieutenant with a Browning light machine gun. A lot of players tend to neglect to further upgrade the Lieutenant with another weapon, but not Stephenn. Certainly not Stephenn. Always inspiring to see. Force making them move north here. Will Stephenn end up forgetting out of this and maybe have something hit that M6? Further heavy fire going on here. A bit of a mixed battery there for Stephenn to launch against Spanky. Trying maybe to sort of flank about here with the 50 caliber and the AA half tank. Interesting. Good job there though. Better to try and flank around. Though he'd probably have more success if he sort of to maneuver north where most of the resources are and most of the victory points are in fact. Instead he seems to be sort of more intent on here the south. Trying maybe to him to catch him there. There we go. He got the Pack 40 actually. So there we go. Could have been a close shave, and instead it turned into a complete rout there for Spanky. Nice executed. And looks like he's clearly saving up for a Panzer IV, though one should note he actually got several bulletins for the Sturmgeschütz, so one could imagine he might try for that instead. But a Panzer IV, considering the current environments, might not be a bad idea. We're trying to be able to take more use of things due to the more narrow ways. And also sort of sharp corners here and there, which could cause problems for the Sturmgeschütz, so I don't blame him for not going for assault guns. Apart from there getting blasted quite heavily. Quite so there we go, Veterans E3. The are the best, yeah. Also got the 50 caliber covering off the flank approach here. So in fact, looks like Stephenn is basically setting off a cordon guarding off the entire south, at least for infantry. Vehicles, though, could in fact risk overrunning the 50 caliber and cleared out. So in that regard, Stephenn is making a bit of a risky move there, but sometimes, you know, you have to make risks to make big gains. He could soon also call in a command tank and also lay down a Pack 43 if he so fancies. Both players surprisingly flooding with the map. Oh, there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 on the way here. Panzer strikes could also be equipped here for the Panzergrenadiere. Seems actually going pretty heavily on the 50 calibers all of a sudden. And I've got hiccups all of a sudden. Though I don't think the two are related. Otherwise I have to have a serious talk with Relic. If their 50 calibers cause me to have hiccups. More force moving up. There looks like he might have remembered there was something there, and there we go. M6 anti-tank mine spotted. Sadly, Spanky will not have the pleasure of blowing up the Americans with their own stuff. Trying to flank up here, not a bad idea, but encounters the M20 here and the Panzergrenadiers. And the Panzerkampfwagen arrives here for Spanky. Dispatched probably from a nearby Panzer division to assist. 5th Panzer Company sent to support. There you go, flak half into the north. We got the M8 supporting here. And there we go, he's actually setting up Pack 43, rare. Rather rare to see, but there we go. And the bazooka was dropped there, flak half needs to get away. Panzer IV moving in as well, looks like Spanky's getting ready for a real counter-attack now. should be able to dominate certainly a larger extent of the middle of the map. Interesting, interesting. Rare to see a Pack 43 nowadays. And there you go, the Scot was acting in a bad position. He was not paying attention, it seems. And there you go, very easy kill here for Spanky, and good night. And that was it for the Scot, which sadly not managed to do much in this match here. Rather unfortunately there for Stephenn. A good bit of luck there for Spanky. Currently tracing as though Stephenn still controlling most of the map. Spanky is still rather held back. He's sort of managed to gain 2 of the victory points, but point-wise, otherwise he's in a bit of trouble. Vehicularly, he's got a mix of armoured cars, American and German. He's got a bit of armour. In fact, he's got now the armour advantage over Stephenn rather seriously, though Stephenn's got an anti-tank gun. Of course, he's going to get a bigger one. And with the Pack 43, it's definitely going to be much more difficult for Stephenn to utilise his armour at certain areas. It would also certainly give Spanky a bit more of a sort of safe zone from arms to a certain extent. Though, of course, I mean, Stephenn has some seduction. Of course, I'll get into that a bit later. That might help a bit versus the Pack 43 as an option. Otherwise, he's still got sort of nice chunks of the map here and there. Though it might be a bit overextended. He's also floating a bit of resources here, Mr. Stephenn. For Spanky, though, I mean, that's a nice force composition. He could do with another infantry squad or 2 more Panzer Grenadiers or Grenadiers. Either way would be good. Grenadiers more with light machine guns would definitely improve his capabilities versus Stephenn's infantry as well, so that would certainly be something to consider. A plenty amount of machine gun as well for the Panzer IV would also be an excellent choice, I think. Maybe some incendiary armor piecing ground machine there for the MG42s as well could also be quite helpful. Looking at Stephenn, on the other hand, he's got a much larger force. He's got heavily equipped with Brownings. He's actually got a lot of troops to hang about. He's got munitions for artillery strikes. And he's getting his German, and that should definitely help increase the pressure versus Spanky, in particular some high explosive rounds here and there, could certainly further decimate the little infantry, and certainly gain the advantage versus this, and could certainly also be the Pack 40, so and also apply some pressure to the Pack 40, though of course a major problem is going to be this, well, Pack 43. Of course, there's another option, that is he actually saves up here for the howitzer, so that would certainly make it very difficult for Spanky to then sort of have a strong point of sort of more defensive kind. Would be able to clear up Pack 43s, Pack 40s, and any MG42s as well. So that could be used to sort of apply some rather serious pressure from a distance, and allow Stephenn to sort of further aggressively attack. And that would certainly not be a bad idea, I think. Though, of course, Stephenn might be having another opinion on the Priest howitzer. Sadly, he's not really getting much out of these M21 mortar half track at the moment, which is certainly unfortunate. Otherwise, he should try and sort of apply more pressure towards the north, try and get those 2 victory points, try and draw Spanky up here rather than here, where to a certain extent Spanky can sort of focus his defences a bit more. He might also want to consider putting back this 50 cal. I think it's in a slightly bad position. And certainly out of the way, I mean, considering how most of everything here, it could also result quickly be wiped out by a quick rush by a vehicle or a tank, resulting in a free heavy machine gun for Spanky. So it's a bit of a dangerous move here. Stephenn might not be worth much more in the longer run. I mean, I can see the idea of it, but a part of me say it might be better just to have a sort of a fighting position with a 50 cal mounted in it instead. That, of course, is merely my opinion. A fuel cache could also help. He's got plenty of manpower, so investing in some fuel caches might also be a neat idea. Either way, though, we are off here to Stephenn and back to the fight. So he's got a few options there for clearing out the Pack 43. Of course, the question is, how will Stephenn make his first encounter with the Pack 43 this match? This rather heavy anti-tank, and this, by the way, being the early model, which actually used a howitzer, well, trailing or whatever it's called, to sort of mount the gun on. It was actually meant to sort of have the sort of same thing as the Flak 36 base, is something that can be rotated 360 degrees, a cruciform mount, and later models did have that. But basically the same gun as the King Tiger, Yak Panther, and Elephant. High velocity 88mm gun. Got the shell moving up there, 50 cal on top of that.
Ready. Send orders.
Oh, looks like the Panzer's got the bazooka, and there we go! Shammy coming to fire. Oh, looks like Stephenn hasn't paying attention, he isn't paying attention!
Good effect on target.
And there we go, Pack 43, got it, veterans, you won!
Lost a medium tank.
One hell of a shot there, one hell of a surprise. We do see some white phosphorus going down in front of it, but it's a bit too late there. Won't do much, and there we go, we're seeing a counterattack going in here. 222 M20 Panzer 4. Charge going off, then the 222 falls away. More time about to go down. M20 charging past it all. Back 40 could also be in trouble. Nicely executed head-on assault here by Spanky. All the way, managing to outmaneuver the entire light position here. And looks like he will get both the flak, or the air half track, and the mortar half track. He might even get a bit more here. But a heavy blow right there to Stephenn in one vicious go right there from the Panzer 4. Leaning behind, smouldering wreckage all over the place. He did lose the M20, but you know, overall I think he did alright with it. Up till then. Plus the Sherman went down there. Looks like the rifle not making a move here. Sadly though, they didn't quite have firepower to clear out the crew rapidly. Bit unfortunate there. Otherwise, I mean, he could have had a chance of actually taking it back and actually shooting it into the rear position of Spanky. Sadly, he was not able to do that swiftly. And now looks like the chance lost is the Panzer 4 moves up here, supported by the 222. Laying down a rapid and high rate fire. Now the guns are adding in there. Pack 43 continues to shoot, and there go to strike the lay down here on the Pack 43. And looks like that Pack Stellung will go out. There we go. A rapid strike there. Time on target. The Americans were quite skilled in the art of calling in artillery and managing it tactically.
The capture point is being overrun.
Got the MD-34, MD-42, I mean not 34, and I'm just so used to the overcommand list, it's all being MD-34s now. But still moving forward here, getting cleared out a bit. Getting suppressed. Points there being secured. Pioneer sneaking in.
Gun batteries report strikes now available in your sector.
Panzer 4 still need some repairs to get the engine running again, though closing in on Victory 2. We're seeing a Jackson on the way here for Stephenn. He's still floating a bit of manpower, getting a fuel cache might be an idea then.
They're trying to outflank us.
A fuel cache would definitely be an idea to further speed up armor for his course. Still, he's managed to push back Spanky despite the rather grueling losses that Spanky inflicted on him. Turner says something about Stephenn. Mine engagement up north here. Pioneers quickly running into a lot of unwanted attention. And Stephenn making the push here, supported by the anti-tank, and he's still there. Quick flank here on the 50 caliber, good job there. I got an MD-42 support by Panzer, or Panzer support by an MD-42 putting an assault. Rather than all suppressed, meaning overall they will be a lot less common effective. That should easily give the Panzer a chance to close in and knock them out of the war. Quick volley fire here from the rear echelon troops. He could maybe consider upgrading with a Browning light machine gun. I do believe that might actually boost the power of volley fire. Panzer quickly run away. 50 caliber cleared out. That should have. And there we go. Again, my apologies for these slight changes. This happens from time to time. Looks like Stephenn is suffering some minor losses now. Got the Infantry stowing in infantry. We've got the Jackson charging through here. Bit of a bow maneuver there by Stephenn. Could end up a bit dangerously. Sadly, none of the shots there connect with the Panzer 4 Spanky. Adroitly getting it the devil out of there. And a blizzard setting in as well. My hand in hand then slowly messing up my computer a bit there. Oh, we've got the Panzer closing in before 2 firing. Might get the Pack 40 once more. Now just need something to recruit. Oh, there we go, flanking on the 50 cal. That could be. Oh, I need veterans too. Bad news there for Stephenn. Bad news for Stephenn. He's likely beginning to bleed out of men there. And that is not looking too good there. And we could see a rifle squad getting wound, including maybe the Brownings there being lost. Just the Panzer Grenadier. No, can the Lieutenant save the day? Lieutenant Jones did it.
Men are freezing out there.
Also, slight problem here with his position. He's not set up any fire pits, so the men are actually freezing up while listening to him. Oh, Stephen needs to do something. There we go. There we go. Slow push up here while Stephen is fighting desperately to retain the north. Sadly, he was not able to get the rifle into a defensive position before taking the point. Otherwise, he could have laid down some further vicious fire there. Pioneers quick drop a grenade. And sadly, the Jackson not able to do much versus the infantry. Slowly men are being sent down there. Spanky spreading out a bit more.
Capture point is being overrun.
Additional Panzergrenadier arriving for the Panzergrenadier Division. In fact, he's got 3 squads of them. And a Panzerkampfwagen 4. Quick Panzerfaust there, damn the engine on the Jackson. And we got the Lieutenant charging in heroically though, probably because he wants to get to the fire before freezing to death. Panzer sadly did not manage to overwhelm them. Panzer here be equipped for some of the Panzer is going to help deal with the tank destroyers. Good job there. As long as you can make it through all the riflemen, the Brownings, and now we're suggesting lots of fire pits going down. Ooh, 50 caliber in a bad position there. Don't think Stephen is aware of it. Looks like he's got himself another 50 caliber. This one apparently had been regarded as lost here by Stephen. I think he could try and recruit that. And this 50 caliber getting into trouble with the Panzer IV. Panzerkampfwagen 4 with a second Jackson on the way. I'm not entirely sure that's a good idea. I mean, Spanky doesn't have a lot of armor. Spanky mostly has Panzer IVs. And at the moment, the infantry looks to be a bigger threat here. So I'm not entirely sure if Stephen is making the right choice here. I think a Sherman or a Pack Howitzer or even an M8 might have been better choice here to deal with the infantry rather than another Jackson here, since that's 2 Jacksons versus currently 1 Panzer IV. That's a bit overkill, and then Spanky doesn't get more tanks, you know, the Jacksons would basically be wasted. So I rather think Stephen might be betting a bit too hard on Spanky going heavy on armor. Or maybe he's forgotten the doctrine and might worry about an elephant, I don't know. Either way, I would not describe this as a particularly wise choice from Stephen. I just like they're going down to the Pack 4, he might get it! No. Oh. No, somehow the crew makes it out of there with only blown eardrums. Yet not a scratch besides that. Also, belt of light anti-tankments up. Maybe that might have an effect, since they're definitely not very effective on their own.
Goose steppers down to 100 points. Cut them down. Ready. Go ahead. The capture point is under attack.
Jackson sadly not very effective versus infantry. Bit unfortunate there for Stephen. Over to Spanky though. Over to Spanky. Who's Panzer IV, while a bit, you know, curtailed here by the Jacksons, the other hand could well strike well versus the rest of the units that Spanky or Stephen has compared to what Stephen's tank destroyers can do versus Spanky's force. So again, I rather feel like that might have been a mistake by Stephen. Maybe it was a misclick, who knows? Either way though, no good. No good if you were to inquire with Panzer, because they make good. Might do it here versus the Lieutenant. No, never mind. Head on the sword. Oh, the MD-42 is poorly positioned. Rifleman making the way forward. Pack 40 cleared out again. My God, that pack is cursed. Cursed, I tell you. And the Panzer shouting home to get that 50 caliber. They could get wiped out. They could drop the Panzer Shreks. Now, that would definitely be a huge victory there for Stephen then. But no. Command tank could be summoned up here to support Spanky's forces. Would certainly be able to absorb some of the damage. Those Jackson laid down themselves to help deal with the infantry further, but no, looks like not to be the case. 50 caliber setting up in a bad spot again. Though it looks like Stephen here realises it. Still not fully angled. I mean, this is a bit of a blind spot, and this is basically open up, and there's nothing covering. Because there you go. He might want to try to spread out the Jacksons a bit more to cover versus that Panzer IV. I mean, sure, it basically means that Spanky can't all move up here since he then faces 2 Jacksons, which can take it out in a very sort of, well, basically 3 shots. But there you go, Vetri 2 on the Panzer IV, adding the Schützen to it. Panzer versus the Rifleman. Panzer IV might want to help. And there you go, wrecking that Pack 4. Looks like Stephenn's had enough of that. Looks like Stephenn's had enough of that. Pine upgrade going off there. Ooh, nice. Holy moly. Lots of big explosions. I mean, the Jacksons do tend to knock up a lot of stuff as they hit the ground, but sadly hit more bark than bite. And there you go, Jackson taking 1 hit there for Panzer IV. Panzer VI flying as well. Jackson being forced away. The Panzer IV could try and blitz in. Shot bounced at max range. Thanks to the might of the Schützen. Or at least the Veteran 2 bonus, more specifically. Oh dear, the Panzers might get it. Schnell, Helmut, fire! Sadly, Dietrich was a bit too slow there. But looks like Stephenn's change of strategy. He's basically holding the north for 2 of the victory points, and they basically might try to slowly drain out victory points with smaller harassment moves made towards the south. Not a bad idea, though we are seeing that Spanky is quick to lay down air supply, which is definitely going to make it difficult to just sneak down some infantry there. Good reaction there by Spanky. He could in fact try to sort of flank up here. I mean, this is a very exposed route now. A quick assault here with the Panzer IV 2 could actually do a lot of harm there to Stephenn. And there you go, Panzer X doing quite a bit of damage to the Panzer as well to infiltrate here between the ruins of the house and the fence. Grenades are going off, and Panzer IV charging in as well. Grenades going off left and right. Damage inflicted here. Jackson's in a poor state. Panzer IV though does not blitz in. Looks like here Spanky is playing it prudently. Not intent on losing such a veteran coup. Granted, there might have been a few mentions that the Panzer Regiment commander might kill him if he lost it. Maybe. I can't say. Banging down to check out the south. Spanky's bricked upon a bit there, but there you go. He managed to launch a successful assault there. Quickly outmaneuvering this position. The defense around here not strong enough to protect this position's flank. So nicely spotted there by Spanky and tactically exploited. Now we see the Pack 40 here moving up and defending, forcing the Jacksons away again. Now the real lack of armor is beginning to hurt, though. We do finally see a tank on the way here for Stephenn, but again, had yet more than one. Well, just kept it to 1 Jackson. I think could have done better, but that, of course, is too late now. Pack 40 gaining veteran to increasing its rate of fire, and its lethality versus the panzers of the enemy. You could upgrade here to a machine gun bunker. I mean, that's going to be then a pretty serious defense. S mines and a machine gun bunker. I mean, that would definitely mean that Spanky's taking no chances. Lots of snow being kicked up there. There you go, Jackson firing, missing the Panzer IV. That's quite an impressive feat. Granted, it doesn't have as large a profile as the Sherman, though, which was one of the issues with the Sherman. It had a big profile, making a rather easy target. Still, more smoke going down. There goes Sherman in from the north here. I imagine he might have high explosive rounds up there to deal with the infantry, leaving the tanks to the Jacksons. But over here, the Pack 4 is quick to put things down. The Panzer IV panic, bit of fast spots. Well, there you go, guys, might get off a Panzer fast. Bunker here not being upgraded. Looks like the munitions went to something else. And looks like Stephenn's not trying to make an attempt there. I mean, 1 Sherman could basically clear out everything here, and then some troops could sneak up and clear out the point. That would force Spanky to direct forces here from the north as it is now. I mean, it's allowing Spanky to sort of hold the entire south with a very, very minimal force, while focusing most of his forces in the north, which overall makes things a bit tricky here for Stephenn, in particular considering the, well, overlarging numbers of specialists in Stephenn's force at the moment against the 2 Jacksons. Interesting enough, Spanky's just sticking to 1 Panzer IV, and I can't entirely blame him considering there's 2 Jacksons up against him. It certainly would make Getting more Panzer IV is a bit of a tricky measure, even, and Stooks in particular would also have trouble, since even eventually too, they'd have no chance of bouncing the shot due to the extremely thin armour, considering they basically had the same armour, the Stuke and the Panzer IV, in the war. In fact, the Stuke's armour was slightly sloped, so it would in theory been better. Rather than getting stopped by the MD-42, close to victory 3 there, good. Looks like Stephenn is very much intent on trying to do this, probably also sort of knock out whatever high import resources here, but basically Spanky's executing very solid defense here. Panzer IV trying to outflank, but a rifle squad here quickly ruins the surprise flank. And now we're seeing another sort of going here for the South. He might try to envelop here. Good. Nicely down there by Spanky. Well, there you go. The rifle might make a move here and do some good. Well, there you go. Rifle in return, and there you go. The rifle wiped out in one vicious go there. Sherman moving in, but coming on from the pack 40. Veteran 3 Panzer as well. That Sherman's going to go down in a blaze of probably diesel fire. Was it gasoline? Well, either way, Pioneers moving up. The Jacksons can't do anything against that now. Stevens' forces are basically being crumbled apart here. And there we go. Nice execute the Panther flank. The flank here completely open. Spanky realised this. He's tactical, same as tingling. And he moved basically Panthers in and mowed down everything Stephenn had. So right there, one final well-placed flank. And Stephenn's resistance utterly collapsed. Without infantry to hold all of this back, he was pretty much doomed. It's been a very nice fight here between two players. Stephenn sort of really dominating early games. Spanky having some serious issues, but slowly sort of managing to turn things around. The pack for the free. Overall, the choice of festering armor worked out reasonably well for him. Again, very rare to see, though he didn't make much use of many abilities, but still nice to see. Nice to see the pack for the free quickly putting a stop there to Stephenn's first Sherman tank, and a few mistakes here and there from Stephenn. In particular, also the slight accident there with the M20, which was definitely something I've not seen before. Rather did not work out very well for him there, giving Spanky a bit more time to sort of get back there. Still, even then, I mean, even as that happened, Stephenn had a lot of striking power, still came back. He still managed to sort of threaten Spanky quite well, but then came sort of the, well, probably the fatal mistake he made, which was getting 2 Jacksons at a time. Considering the armoured forces that Spanky had, I mean, that pretty much told Spanky not to get any more and just focus more on infantry, which overall made things easier for Spanky's infantry, since then he didn't have to worry about right away getting more armour to deal with it. Plus, it also to a certain extent rendered the Jacksons a lot more redundant than Panzer IV. The worst, of course, was everywhere else doing damage and forcing the Jacksons to sort of be there, so there were some problems there in Stephenn's strategy. I'm not sure, again, why he went for 2 Jacksons. Either way, though, sadly, I think it rather directly led to his demises again. He couldn't deal with the infantry. I mean, there were too many anti-tank specialists, and it then further placed a pressure upon the infantry, which Spanky then sort of nicely dealt with Grenadiers, the MG-42s and whatnot. And that rather, in the end, spelled the doom. Plus, he could have more pressure here in the later game in the south as well. Sort of, again, further force Spank to spend. But again, he basically allowed Spank to then sort of huddle up, creating a much stronger defense up north, which definitely did not help Stephenn either. I also think Stephenn could have tried maybe for a priest. I think that would have helped him a bit as well in the fight here. And maybe fuel catches at times could probably have done him a bit of good as well. In the end, though, a pretty exciting match with some pretty interesting and, well, rather novel moments, and again, you know, just great to see a rarely used Wehrmacht commander at the moment seeing some actual usage, including the Pack 43. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you some ideas for your own matches. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send a replay and provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and thank you all for watching.